to work. She's filling in because somebody is taking leave, and yeah. And Ari lives in California, where there is no electricity right now. At least not where he's at. Courtesy of glorious American capitalism. Little spiel about that. I think they were turning the electricity off to prevent fires because, you know, they had to pay their shareholders millions and millions of dollars instead of, you know, maintaining the fucking lines or upgrading them, maybe turning to different power sources, just burying the fucking things. But they had money for shareholders and CEOs, so everything's working the way it was intended.
Shareholders, they need their fucking golden toilets.
Shareholders...
The guy that died because the medical stuff, they turned off the electricity to his medical stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Well, fuck him. Look,
Right.
shareholders...
He's not on a board somewhere.
Shareholders is just a capitalistic euphemism for parasite. That's all it is. My dad laughed at me when I told him that, but he's too far gone for any fucking rational sense. Greg, I think, is to the right of me, but come on. Any sane person knows that a shareholder is a piece of shit, useless, unnecessary part of the fucking equation. They're just there to influence businesses to be fucking worse and to extract money from things.
When you got a power network that's starting fucking fires and killing people and burning that many homes, and it's due to it not being upgraded responsibly over time, your company needs to burn to the fucking ground.
Well,
like that is the time when the fucking government needs to step in and say, okay, your greed has made it so you can't function like a normal company anymore. It's over. It's over.
I mean, the point of normal companies is greed, but...
Not to the point of killing people.
It always has...
burning down other people's houses.
Like, okay, I'll be a crazy shithead socialist, right? All profits are unpaid wages. That's just a fact. That's just a way you can look at this. That said, I think capitalism does good things for economic incentivization. But, to rebound on that again, I can't remember who said it, so I'm stealing this quote from someone and not remembering who to credit them. Capitalism is like a fucking wild, hungry fucking dog. It will eat your goddamn children alive if you do not chain it. So, yeah, capitalism is fine as long as you fucking just brutalize the shit out of it so it can't do anything harmful to the body politic or society. And America's way past the point where our capitalism makes any sense. I think PG&E, frankly, should just be all fucking nationalized. Like, all those fucking... That California needs about 20 different fucking power companies. PG&E needs to be broken up into, and they need to be run at various municipal levels. Just to prevent that shit from getting too big and too out of hand, and to put oversight on it. Because this is ridiculous.
How many dollars they decide to put in their fucking pocket over upgrading equipment that probably was like years overdue for needing upgraded. Whoever decided to do that needs to be in fucking jail.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no law against it. We have gone so far to the economic right in this country.
I'm pretty sure there is some federal negligible fucking law that they could nail them with if they wanted to.
I mean, in a sane society, there would be, but I have no faith that something like that is...
I'm just saying what needs to be done.
I'm
not expecting it.
If we lived in a actual functional society, this is something that would... this would be a recourse.
You know the alternate to doing these things I'm saying?
Guillotines?
Guillotines.
There you go. Jesus Christ, Greg, when did you become such a fucking socialist?
Well, the moment they burn down other people's houses, for one. The moment they're out there killing people for profit, for two.
I'm expecting some pushback from Greg, but Greg's like, no, man, fucking hang these motherfuckers.
Off with their head.
There you go.
100% hang.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, if you hang them good enough, their head might just come off. But... yeah, I mean... And I'm willing to take a nuanced approach to this shit, like... deep in my bones, I'm actually kind of conservative. I think, like, our economic policy should go back to the Eisenhower days. That filthy fucking commie. In the 1950s, when we taxed the top percentile at fucking, like, 70% or 90%, wherever the fuck it was. Man, shit seemed to work better then. At least, you know, some economic things. Then again, we bombed the rest of the industrialized world into fucking non-competition. That might have helped too, but... you know, one problem at a time. Let's try the one that is cheaper first, and then worry about the bombing. But yeah, so Ari's not here because PG&E is a piece of shit. I mean, this is like, just look up the fucking history of Enron and how closely these companies are related, and just marvel at the fact that something that was affiliated with Enron is still fucking people today. Like, Jesus, is there nothing that these fucking corporations can do that will make people so pissed that we decide to fucking, like, stop them? But, apparently not. That does not seem to be the case. At least not yet. Speaking of another company that's a piece of shit, statistic that I was clicking around earlier today is that, like, Activision Blizzard pays... like, they get millions and millions of dollars on tax refunds because they've, like, offshored their shit and are fucking using loopholes. Just fucking ridiculous what these companies can get away with. And then they're like, well, we need to fucking screw you with monetization because we're not making enough money. Jeez, imagine how much worse the gaming industry would be if they actually had to pay their taxes. Whew. You'd have to fucking get loot boxes to get fucking title menu options to pop up. But anyways, that was just a very pathetic, lazy attempt to segue into Blizzard. We've got BlizzCon coming up in about 4 days, I think. And we've got leaks for Overwatch 2. They looked fairly credible, but if they're not, I will say that I don't know shit, and I just looked at fucking Twitter and saw Overwatch 2 trending and some of the images that were provided. Don't really know all that much about it. It's supposed to have a player versus everybody mode, so I guess they're taking the bright idea of that successful Game Smash Battleborn and putting that into Overwatch. Yeah, PvE.
Are you interpreting E for everyone?
Enemy,
It's
whatever. Environment. Is it environment? Wow. Shows what I know.
How long have you been a gamer now?
About 30 years. 30, yeah, too long for that. PvE. Environment? Monsters aren't the environment. I rebel against that statement.
That is some weak sauce. I would not enter that into the fair.
But, Greg, what's your take on any upcoming Blizzard Activision games?
The smartest thing Blizzard can do is announce fucking Diablo 4, Overwatch 2.
There's also rumors about Diablo 2.
The smartest thing they can do is whatever they can manage to get the limelight off of themselves.
What would it take for Blizzard?
For the record, fuck them.
What would it take for Blizzard to soften your hardened, angry gamer heart?
An actual apology. Actually, some dude would have to come out and say, "Okay, guys, we chose poorly. We value human rights more than money. We're sorry." To show you we're sorry, how about some Overwatch 2? You know, something like that.
So,
I don't know.
You want them to lie to you? Come on, they don't care about human rights. They don't care.
Maybe it will help them sell Overwatch 2 some more, huh?
I mean, time for my bit of pessimism. Overwatch 2 is going to do just fine. It's going to do fantastic. I mean, barring any unexpected, just sheer developmental incompetence on their part. I guess it could have like a Star Wars Battlefront 2 thing, but for some reason I think Blizzard will get away with whatever they do.
Let's just say, I mean, it's not at the same level as Blizzard. But look at how many people were fucking boycotting, air quotes, Borderlands 3 because of the Epic Games Store shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to have any effect.
And was the best-selling entry in the franchise.
Yeah, I mean, I take that with a grain of salt. Of course, fucking Randy Pitchford would say that. The numbers are probably actually true, but It's a lot easier to make a best-selling game in the franchise today than it was to make one fucking 5 years ago or 10 years ago. There's just more fucking gamers. There's always going to be more gamers. But I think Overwatch 2 will do just fine. I think there's like 10 people, 2 of which are on this fucking podcast. It's like, no, fuck you, Blizzard. We ain't giving you any more of our fucking money. And everyone else is like, well, you know, I mean, China, we did have fun making those May memes, but fuck it, now it's time to fucking play some fucking Overwatch, so.
I don't know. I'm holding out that there's some good people.
Oh, Jesus. It's like I said on Facebook earlier, if you could rely on gamers to do the right thing, to show some dignity, we wouldn't have Steam. We wouldn't have Epic Game Store. We wouldn't have loot boxes. If gamers had any fucking self-respect, any dignity, these things wouldn't exist.
To that con dressed as something that will just completely piss off China and Blizzard. They're going to get let in, and they're going to fucking let it go.
I fully expect there to be... Well... Geez, I might even be more pessimistic than I thought. I'm pretty sure a few days ago I said that...
They're going to strip search everybody?
No, I thought a few days ago that there are just going to be like... There are going to be Hong Kong chants at the fucking convention. Like, they're going to be trying to do the show and there will be fucking chants. But now I'm kind of like, you know what? I think most of the people going to BlizzCon are going to be pathetic enough that as soon as... Like, if Blizzard just starts out with a fucking, like, trailer for Diablo 4... That'll be it. There won't be any interruption, and people will forget all about this shit because they saw something they liked. I'm kind of thinking that's going to end up being the case now. I didn't think that a few days ago, but I'm kind of changing my opinion.
Why? Why are you changing your opinion?
I don't know, just a random bout of pessimism.
No reason.
I just think gamers are
just randomly... Okay, whatever.
No, it's the market. I think they've...
I just wanted to see what your reason was.
I think they've had their fun, and honestly, I just don't trust gamers to actually stand up for almost anything. I honestly think the Hong Kong thing has run its course, and I know that sounds ridiculous, because I'm pretty sure you're still indignant.
You're first of all, you're crazy. That shit's been going on for like 18 weeks. What you mean to say is people caring about Hong Kong has run its course.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I mean. I don't mean the actual protests. I mean gamers feigning indignation about it is almost done. Especially if they get shown some fucking candy. Like, if Blizzard is smart, they will not start out that fucking conference talking. They will start out that conference just leading into some fucking video. It'll just be a darkened stage.
They're not smart, so I can't wait. This whole thing's going to be fucking great.
You're asking me to weigh my my skepticism of corporate competence against my utter just disregard for gamers to do anything correct.
Either way, like, you're going to watch, eyes wide open, right?
I guess.
I mean, you can't wait for this to happen, right?
Oh, I'm going to watch it, and I am hoping that gamers just serenade them with chants of fucking Hong Kong. Like, I just hope that they just chant it and chant it and chant it and chant it and chant it until they have to acknowledge it. That's my hope. But my expectation is that you can just like rattle keys at gamers and they'll be like, and they'll forget everything else exists. That's my perception of things. And it's, just kind of based on, like, all the movements in gaming that shouldn't be successful but are. Like, the fact that Epic Game Store is a thing, Steam is a thing, fucking all these subscription services are a thing. People are actually excited for fucking Google Stadia in some corners of the fucking world. It's amazing to me that people outright just forfeit any sense of dignity and consumer rights because of something fucking pretty and shiny. I don't know. Now, I'm hoping you're right. Then again, this is the company that said, "Don't you guys have phones?" So.
Right?
I mean,
like this is all one-sided.
There's a 50%. Okay, maybe I'll be a little optimistic. There's a 50% chance. No, I'm pessimistic on both counts, but one source of pessimism might come to benefit us. There's a 50% chance that they will just like lead off with Overwatch 2 or Diablo 4, and everyone will forget about. Everyone will just forget about the Hong Kong thing, at least for the show. There'll be a few angry Twitter people, and Blizzard will get off with their video, their conference, whatever they want to show off. There's also a 50% chance that just one of the Blizzard guys will come out on stage and say, "Fuck Hong Kong." I mean, I think there's an equal chance of that happening. Okay, but I don't think any of us are buying Overwatch 2. Is that a safe assumption?
Yeah, that's.
Now, I already made my opinions on Diablo 4 pretty clear. I'll probably buy Diablo 4 used. That way I don't have to deprive myself of something I want, and I can also not give my money to Blizzard. That's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. The thing that I am kind of worried about, though, is if the Diablo 2 rumors are true, and they come out with, like, a digital-only version of Diablo 2 on, like, fucking PlayStation 4 for $20 or some shit. Oh, that'll be hard. Like, I'll have to be a fucking big boy and stand by my principles and not buy it. But, man, I'll be giving sidelong glances at that fucking game, if that is a thing. I kind of doubt it, because they did do a StarCraft remaster, and if they do a Diablo 2 one, I'm guessing it'll kind of be the same thing, where it'll only be on PC, and they'll charge their $15 to $20 for it, and make it look a little prettier, but I can avoid that easily. Like, there's not much temptation for me to go buy a PC version of Diablo 2.
Yeah.
But I mean, just like a chance to fucking play Diablo 2 on console with fucking friends, especially if they improve the abysmal fucking drop rate, that would be hard to pass up. But for the solidarity of my brothers across the Pacific fighting an oppressive regime, I guess I cannot play one video game and deal with some of the fucking dozens on my shelf that I haven't had time to fucking play yet.
Just so proud of
I know. But I mean, maybe if it goes on sale for good enough. But that's where we are. We are, like, this podcast is basically just counting down the days until BlizzCon. That's going to be the next big story, I suspect, I hope. And then after that, we will have Death Stranding, and we will get to talk all about that. Because I know Greg's buying that day one. Jared, are you getting Death Stranding?
Fuck no.
Okay. So we'll rely on Greg to...
You don't have to add the fuck to it.
I'm sure Kojima-san will be fucking fine. Oh, Jesus.
I'm still working on fucking Fire Emblem, so I may not get around to playing it right away. Plus, I gotta finish Planescape.
You have to at least put that
Which
fucking
has
thing in your
crashed-
console and give it a good
That
day.
has crashed twice on me.
2 more times, or just the 2 times that originally did?
Well, you know, for broadcast sake, this game has crashed a total of 2 times on me.
Okay.
And a third time, it didn't crash, but every fucking paragraph had a bunch of letters missing, like in the words. If you're lucky, you can make out what people are saying.
That's fucking weird.
And this is a very text-heavy game, which I love it for.
Yeah, there's a fuck ton of reading.
It reminds me of like the old Fallout games.
It's-
Fallout 1 and 2.
It's got a really good story, man. Probably, like, if you don't give it the best story of all time when you're done with it, it is clearly in the top tier.
I play here?
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, I mean, you've played a lot of games with good stories, so your opinion might be a bit different, but still the best story that I've ever played through in a video game. And I'm not going to excuse the bugs on that, because, like, I'd excuse it...
I'd be happy just to get through it, I think, at this point.
I mean, if you were playing the originals on PC, I'd be like, oh, these are just fucking buggy. So,
were they buggy back then?
Yeah, they were buggy as shit back then.
These
are enhanced editions, and not just that, they're enhanced or ported versions of the enhanced edition, so they've been gone over a few times. So they don't get fucking credit for bugginess. Like, that shit should be fixed by now. Oh, you damn bandits, always fucking spawning and attacking me. Alright. So, BlizzCon, then Death Stranding, and then, fuck whatever the news is for the rest of the year, we'll see. I do want to go into another recurring story. We had an emergency podcast on, what was it, Wednesday?
That sounds so bad.
Emergency podcast. Yeah, well, we just couldn't contain ourselves. We had to talk about this Fallout 76 shit. Unfortunately, we jumped the gun because we might have overestimated Bethesda's competence.
Yeah, it's gotten worse. How did it get worse, you might ask? Let me tell you. So, like, it's been launched, and people have tried it. Like, Fallout First is out. People have tried it, and they have discovered that these are not private servers. Anybody on your friends list can come join your game. Now, I don't know about you guys, but, like, I have a shit ton of people on my friends list.
Yeah, I have well, probably nowhere near as many as you, but I think I have about 50.
Like, first of all, that's not a private server. Second of all, one of the other big things that they added to Fallout First was the unlimited storage container, basically, right? Yeah, guess what happens to some of the people who put their shit in there?
It gets
gone. It's gone. It's gone. You know what they recommend? They recommend deleting the game and reinstalling it.
Oh yeah, that'll fucking work.
Going to a friend's game and checking their storage container, and hoping that it will pull your container up.
Jeez.
This is garbage. What fucking garbage?
Blizzard is so, or not Bethesda is so incompetent. They're just. There was something that some other YouTubers brought up, because of course I'm watching videos about this all over the place and just fucking laughing my ass off. By the way, I was very impressed by how fast Jim Sterling got a video up about it. I mean, like, half an hour after I first saw it on Twitter, this fucker had a 10-minute video up. So you do the math on that, but that's some impressive shit. He was just waiting to pounce, which, for a big fat fuck like that, he's got some fucking... upload speed.
The mouse is running that slow.
I mean, that mouse isn't even fucking running. That mouse is just, like, fucking twitching in a corner. Oh, God. Bethesda. You know how we used to make fun of Bethesda for horse armor? Like, that was a thing.
Yeah, they're testing the waters.
This way eclipses horse armor. Just like...
Yeah, absolutely.
At this point, they just need to be self-depreciating and fucking start selling Brahmin armor.
I never heard of the horse armor making your horse disappear.
Oh, God. But there's another story which Jared brought to light and then everyone else covered. Jared was talking about it before I saw anyone else doing it, though. Apparently, Bethesda did not secure the FalloutFirst.com domain name. So somebody bought that domain and made a parody site about it. And there's a part of me that's just tempted to read this whole fucking thing. It's still up, by the way. They had an interview. I think the BBC interviewed the guy who did this, and he said he'd be open to turning it over to Blizzard if he could have a chat with, like, Todd Howard and shit like that. Be like an ambassador for the community. I'm like, dude, don't you fucking sell this shit to them. Don't fuck, like, if you sell it to them, make sure you get, like, $100,000 for it.
Yeah.
Just get a good return on investment, but, I'm just going to read the first paragraph. Ever since Fallout 76 launched, we have consistently done nothing to improve and evolve the experience based on your shitty feedback. That's why we're excited to launch Fallout Fuck You First, a premium ass-pounding membership that offers something dumbass players have been asking for since launch. Private worlds for you and select friends. So we decided to put it behind a paywall. In addition to this huge feature, Fallout Fuck You First also includes a host of pointless items and cult bonuses, all of which you can find on my foreskin. And the best part, Fallout Fuck You First is available to screw you right now. Oh God, this whole thing is just brilliant. But you can go read it yourself. It is FalloutFirst.com. That's FIRST, not one ST. So go give that a look if you haven't already, and if you haven't already, what the fuck is wrong with you? Where have you been living? But, God, that's just gold. Like, that's somebody who's way more on top of the internet than I am, because I was like, man, I never even thought about looking to see if that had a fucking domain name. I was too busy laughing at Bethesda for the fucking sheer effrontery of it. And I should be more angry instead of bemused, but at this point, like, I've written Fallout 76 off as a loss.
We're done. Yeah, we're done.
It's
been done. That entire game has been done. They're putting a subscription program on a done game.
Right? I mean, the funny thing is, like,
which is crazy.
All the consumer goodwill that they've pissed away with this is just, it's impressive, honestly. And then they try to, like, fucking shock this goddamn game into fucking living again, like it's goddamn fucking Fallout Frankenstein.
Well, it's worth it.
I shouldn't give them ideas.
Why would they think it's worth it?
I'll tell you why. What's the next game Bethesda Game Studios has coming out?
You cut your fucking losses and put those guys that were working on it, put them on Elder Scrolls 6.
Developed by Bethesda himself is Starfield.
Yep, and when's the release date for that?
Probably, I don't think they have I would say 2021, 22.
Dude, it could be another fucking 2-3 years before they have a game on the market. They've got nothing. Nothing. Like...
Well, I mean, but it's just, I mean, that's just their dev studio. I mean, they have their publisher, too.
Yeah, I know. They've got Doom coming out, and... I mean, this hasn't been a good fucking year for them at all, has it?
I don't even know what else they have out besides that. I think that's it.
They had Rage that came out this year. Remember Rage?
Yeah, it was mediocre.
You remember that Wolfenstein Youngblood thing they did? Yeah, that's been their fucking year. I mean, at this point, like, if we're talking honestly about Fallout fucking 76, it needs a Realm Reborn treatment. That's the only solution for this. Is like, you have to throw it all away, just like do something cute and have the whole wasteland get overrun by super mutants, and then fucking redo it again.
Yeah, then you can do.
But it can't be in the hands of Bethesda.
I mean, gee, I don't.
That's what I said. That's what I said on Slack. I was like, he said, "Oh, they need to do a Realm Reborn thing." I'm like, "Yeah, in the hands of a company developer."
I mean, what they need to do is just fucking work on their other fucking games. Just drop this fucking turd. It's over. It's done. And God, it's just so fucking aggravating at times, because I remember the fucking lies that they said at the beginning, and when they were spouting off the shit like, we changed the lighting engine and it's gonna be 16 times bigger, or whatever fucking bullshit they were fucking saying. Like, all that was going through my head is, man, I heard shit like this from Capcom back when they were talking about Devil May Cry 2, and I was like 16 at the time. I learned my fucking lesson back then. So I wasn't sitting here going, oh wow, it's gonna be 16 times bigger, that's gonna be fucking great. I was like, whatever, okay, you guys haven't fucking come up with like any clear, like, you can't answer any fucking technical questions about this game. Like, how does PvP work, and just all kinds of shit. They're just like, I don't know, and they're giving these fucking vacuous idiot answers, talking about how they hope things will run. And it's like, I've been playing fucking video games online for a long time, and I can tell you, from experience, things are not going to fucking work like this. This is not how fucking gamers react. I was like, well, this is probably going to be a fucking boondoggle, but goddammit, it's multiplayer Fallout. And Rebecca's getting that power armor helmet, so fuck it. I will waste some of my money. I actually got a power helmet of my own, too, and when I got it in the house, I was like, you know, $200 is an awful lot. I think I'm going to send it back. God, that was a fucking bullet dodge. Only partially, though, because I still got the game. And then, you know, they're fucking talking about, we're not going to do a Battle Royale mode. They do a fucking Battle Royale mode.
Oh my god, have I done a review for this game? Jesus.
Have you not done a review for Fallout 76?
We'll have to find out. I can't remember this.
This is a solid fucking 2 out of 10.
I have not. No one has. How many index it is.
And the only reason I give it a 2 out of 10 is because, like, big rigs exist. So, off-road trucking, whatever the fuck it is. At least you didn't fall through all the floors in Fallout 76. But, just some of them.
Remember that quest giver that we couldn't interact with? We could just
yeah. I mean, I remember so much shit about that fucking game. You know, they...
Speaking of train wrecks.
Uh-oh, what now?
You know what game I'm talking about.
No, actually, I'm drawing a blank for some reason.
Published by 2K.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Oh god, I don't even follow that. I mean, I had no interest in wrestling games.
Okay, this transcends wrestling games.
I know about this.
Go on.
WWE 2K20. It's one big pile of shit.
I can't help but laugh even about the fucking name. I remember when we found out that Ukes wasn't going to be working on it, and Ari and I were both like, thank fucking God, maybe we can get a decent fucking wrestling game. Oh man. This is why this is like not a podcast you go to for like advice, because were we fucking wrong?
Turns out developing it's hard.
Yeah, flipping all them assets does take a basic level of competence. It doesn't seem like it. It's definitely lazy, but God, talk about Ukes getting exonerated just by somebody else lowering the bar right to the fucking floor. So this game, yeah, is a glitchy fucking mess. You have wrestlers just clipping through the fucking ring or going on, like, we're talking the first fucking Demon Souls or Dark Souls on crack levels of havoc fucking glitching into the ring ropes. Like, they just get stuck in there and bounce around, and then other fucking characters, like, start fucking goose walking with their knees all super fucking bent, and it's the most hilarious fucking thing you'll see this year. I'm honestly at the point where I think they should try to make a legitimate fucked up wrestling game where shit doesn't work, because just scrolling through the WWE 2K thing on Twitter and looking at all the videos people were uploading, that was way more interesting than any fucking game could have been. So, yeah, that's some good shit. Good job there, guys.
That clip of the referee.
Oh, when he's fucking dry humping Charlotte, or when he's doing the thumbs up? Okay. I was gonna say, because the thumbs up is from a different game. But yeah. It's a little creepy. I would be worried if I was Charlotte, but oh boy, that's some good shit. So we've had a lot of funny things happen this week in gaming. Although I think Blizzard was last week mostly, but Fallout 76 and WWE 2K20, but we've also had fucking The Outer Worlds, so it's surprisingly.
Fallout 76 is the best advertisement for The Outer Worlds I've ever seen.
Oh my god. You even had Chris fucking Avalone going on Twitter and saying, I don't know how Blizzard managed to get Bethesda to release this Fallout 70 or Fallout First thing, but kudos on their team. Chris fucking Avalone is talking shit about Bethesda on fucking Twitter. God damn, I couldn't believe that. That was great. Actually, I have it recorded here so I can read on it. Dear Obsidian and Private Division, no idea how you hired Bethesda to coordinate their announcements for Fallout and Fallout 76, but the combo is amazing for helping the Outer Worlds. Seriously impressed. And also, kudos to Outer Worlds devs, you're getting amazing reviews. Like, Chris Avalone didn't strike me as the saucy type, but god, that's fucking hilarious shit. So, yeah. Good stuff there. So, it's probably a little early to do this, considering we might have a whole year left, but provisionally, I am going to just give fucking Fallout 76 like the reward for the worst fucking game of this generation. Like, I think it's earned it.
Oh.
Like Titan Quest, it was a contender, but
It's also
the games we played or the games we've seen and heard of.
oh well, we'll just go with games I played, because there could just be all kinds of like Life of Black Tiger shit out there that I haven't touched yet. No, you know what? I would actually rather play Life of Black Tiger. So even there. Why? What game is supposed to be worse?
That's what I was talking about, like games like those.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll give it to Fallout 76. Like, just when it comes to what a game should be and what it turns out being, I don't think any misses the mark more than Fallout 76. Like, not even close. Like, I can't think of another fucking AAA debacle bigger in... Jeez, what's the next biggest fucking, like, big developer flop? Aliens Colonial Marine? Something like that? But even that wasn't that big compared to Fallout.
Anthem went nowhere, right?
Yeah, but, like, BioWare would need to work on Anthem for another year. Release an Anthem Battle Royale, then release a subscription fix pack for the game that doesn't actually fix. Like, that's how far Fallout 76 is below Anthem. Like, you've got degrees of incompetence that Bethesda would have to perform, or BioWare would have to perform to equal Bethesda. And I don't have much faith in BioWare right now, but I'm hoping maybe they'll have the good sense to just go, fuck it, let's work on Dragon Age 4 instead. Like, we're not getting any return on investment out of this anymore. But goddammit, I hope Anthem goes on sale for Black Friday so all my friends can come play it with me when I decide to give it a go. Had to go get that Steelbook for fucking cheap, so... Oh, man. I know Jared's not going to do it. I've already come to terms with that. Maybe Ari will be shameless enough. He seems game for almost everything. If he doesn't die in a fucking fire before then, so... Let's hope not, because that's, what, a 4-player game? We need 4 players. Sans Jared. Alright, so are we ready to get into the gaming milestones for this week? Or do we have anything more to say about Fallout?
Let's see.
Alright. Oops. Oh, right. Okay, that was just me making a list of all the fuck-ups about Fallout first. Grand Theft Auto 2.
Yes, the fuck-ups about Fallout.
I did. Well, like, talking about the private servers not being private and not actually being servers. But Bethesda's disputing that they're...
That's what some people think, that they're giving them their own servers. Like,
well,
they're renting them a server for them.
They're not, because it's not a persistent world. Like...
That's what I'm saying. People are thinking that. People
were arguing... Okay, no fucking joke. People were defending Fallout 76 on Twitter. Like, they were arguing with me. They were saying that I haven't played the game, or hardly played the game. And I'm like, I've got 20 hours of fucking video up on YouTube of me fucking hating this fucking atrocity.
Yeah, look at your trophy guide. I dragged you through some of the in-game quests or whatever.
Right? And fucking... I played like 6 hours of the beta. Like, don't fucking tell me I haven't played this game. I played the game more than enough to make a fucking opinion on it. And they were like defending it. Well, everyone makes you pay for private servers. And I was like, fair enough. Fucking Conan makes you pay for it, and Ark Survival Evolved makes you pay for it. Well, guess what? Those are actually fucking servers. In that they're persistent. They exist even when you're not using them. Bethesda's fucking shit. If the last person with Fallout first leaves, it closes the whole fucking world. And when you fucking start the game up again, it just re-instances it all. And so I can see how people were confused, saying shit like that these are just like public worlds that they slot you into, which, God, I'm hoping that's not the case. Like, you can't prove it either way. Bethesda defended it by saying that the game saves progress information. Like, if you loot a corpse or a container in one world, that's tied to your account or character. So when you join your own private game, it'll still be looted, which is kind of like, well, what's the fucking point then? If you have to deal with all that shit even in your own private game. But functionally, that doesn't work any different than them just partitioning a public server game for your own fucking use and giving you a private server then. So there's almost no point. But what it really is, in the best case scenario, is Bethesda allowed you to rent space, temporary space, on a server they had that anybody could join if they were on your friends list. Basically, you were getting a password-protected game that didn't keep out anybody on your friends list, which is inferior to what Conan Exiles lets you do for fucking free. Like, you can get private servers in Conan Exiles, but you can also start a private game so only your friends can join. And you don't have to pay $100 a year to do it. So, like, there's no defending this. I know none of those fuckers are listening. None of those fucking chuckle fucks. But if by some mischance you decide to fucking get the bright idea to go look at my fucking YouTube video, our YouTube channel, and you see this get posted up there sometime, you're fucking wrong. And you can go post that goddamn stupid meme about stop enjoying Fallout 76, man. You can enjoy it all you want, but it's objectively a piece of shit, broken fucking con of a game.
I still
God damn it, Greg, you're fucking shameless.
I can't help it.
You can!
I have been. I haven't played it.
Okay. Greg?
Most people did seminars today. That's crazy. 45%.
I still don't understand why people are doing seminars in that fucking game. Like,
45%.
I'm thinking there's something I'm missing, and it might just be like, maybe people
it's
are...
Just easy. It's easy.
Okay.
It's really quick to get through. It's the only way to teach other students skills. Like, how else are you going to do that? Battle? I guess battle.
Battle. Yeah, that's how I did it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I taught everyone.
If you don't want to do that, I mean, this is like what?
Yeah, but what do you get? Like 30? You get like 30 skill points? What's that get you? That's almost nothing.
I went and looked at it. Like, if you want to get everybody from D to C in authority, this is a decent way to do it.
One of the
still, like, I did it. Like, I did it. I saved and then I did it, and now I'm finding myself going back and exploring because I'm not impressed enough, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, what I'm doing right now is because my professor rank is max and I don't really need to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, professor rank is max well before time.
Well, yeah, it's maxed at month 12, but I have to fucking min max because that's the whole point of this fucking game, and if I'm not doing that, I'm wasting my time.
Shameless, you know.
All right. So what I'm doing is I'm just having tea parties with people because I found out that you can boost everyone's charm by 2 points a month by doing tea parties. So...
Well, you did that for other reasons.
Well...
No sane person is doing that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're... Well, I was doing that for, yeah, to record all the tea answers. And now I only have, like, Sedith and Dimitri are the only two people I feel like I need much more for, but... Yeah, if you're sane... There's no real point.
Like, I need to go start a new game on Blue Lines to get Dimitri because he's not in the mood for anything. Anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't even talk to you. Sometimes he just tells you to fuck off.
It's month 3 in my game, and Dimitri's just sitting there muttering about how he's gonna kill you know who. So I'm like, okay, well, I mean, this is probably really interesting if you're a Blue Lion to see where he goes from here, but
it's not good. It's not a good place.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it. Oh, Dimitri. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that, like, Dedu is the real heart and soul of the Blue Lions. Like, he's the character you end up liking the most. That's unique to that faction. Oh crap. I didn't expect him to come after me. Okay, let me do this.
I really like how overpowered Dimitri gets. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, all the house leaders get pretty good, but fuck, Edelgard's just not fair. Like, her stats are by far the best, but I guess that's what happens if you don't get access to, like, 5 different church members. But yeah, it's a good game. I'm having fun with it. I just,
Game of the year?
What's that?
Game of the year so far?
I don't know. I need to beat it to determine whether I like it or the Outer Worlds more.
Yeah, I've already seen some people say Outer Worlds is game of the year.
They're both good contenders. So, but I mean, I'm not gonna give anyone a victory until I've beaten them. Like, I don't even consider them until I've beaten them, so I can't really say anything about Fire Emblem. If the year ended today, it would have to be the Outer Worlds by default, but you know, it's because I haven't really played that many other... Well, no, I played quite a few games, but the Outer Worlds is better than what's it called? Fell Seal and Wizard of Legend and Katana Zero, and yeah, it's the best game I've played this year so far. And it hasn't been a bad fucking year. Although, keep in mind, I haven't played Resident Evil 2 yet. Although I did buy it, so hooray!
Oh man, I've been not playing that. It's so good.
I bought it too.
Oh, you guys need to play it.
Is that your...
Did I do... yeah, I did a guide on it for GameFAQs. Did I put boss videos in there? Did I talk? I didn't talk on Sekiro, but I may have talked on these boss videos.
Greg doesn't talk. Quit fucking lying.
Dude, Sekiro, it would not for the life of me do the last boss. Couldn't record it. Probably because I took too long. I don't know. I don't know. Something fucked up.
No, I don't trust the PlayStation record. And it's not like the PlayStation's record function.
It did everything else.
I am just too incompetent. I will press the record button, and then I will get fucking anxious, and I'll press it again, and if you do that, it discards the shit you had going for the last 15 minutes, and you have like a 10-second recording. So...
Hey, Jared. In the Resident Evil guide, I put spoiler tags for the medallion puzzle solutions. Somebody sent me some feedback saying that the guide is great, but I could have put in the solutions for the puzzles.
I hate it when people don't fucking search the guide. Oh! No!
No, all you need to do is click on the little tag thing and it shows you the answer. You know, in case you don't want it to just pop out. Like, how really, dude?
Want to get paid to write guides? Check out the Fact Bounty. I'll check that out in a second. You just do my shit first. Hold on. Contribution, views, and ratings. Where's the guide?
Look at. Hear me?
So wait, you can actually record audio and video. So from that, I'm going to take away that you can do all the Blue Lions media yourself, and I'm not going to look at your section of the guide and be disappointed.
Oofies. Big ouch. Big oof.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have done that.
I put in a bunch of pictures.
But I mean, I'm not going to have to upload it or anything.
I downloaded a bunch of pictures.
You can figure this all out yourself, I take it?
It's pretty hard.
Jeez, it is not. Are you serious that you don't know how all this coding works for Neo Seeker at this point in time?
Hey, look, Mia with Petra and Hilda.
Oh, okay. Well, I totally just forgot about my line of questioning. Fucking Greg. Alright, but check out this comment.
I typed out the entirety of Topo.
That's true. Haven't done the fucking media or editing yet because I'm just... It kills my soul to do that shit, and I can only put up with it for so long. Right. So I got this review on my, what's it, Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition? Or not review, comment. So, because I can't stop going back to this as an example of the sort of grade A feedback you get from GameFAQs. Ready for it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I beat Mario, I guess that's Mario with an E instead of an A, and nutted into my dog's face. Thanks.
What the fuck? What guide did you get that feedback?
Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition.
Oh my goodness.
I have no fucking clue what that has to do with Mario or, God forbid, nutting in your fucking dog's face. So, that's a thing. I can screenshot it if people don't believe it.
I'm good. I believe it. Entirely unnecessary.
But hey, that guide still has 84% approval rating, so, and that was a yes vote, so I mean, I'm not upset by it. I don't know. Alright, let's see these fact bounties. They posted this banner.
To be fair, the pictures in this Resident Evil guide, they're garbage. Yours are so much better.
Yeah, well. Thanks, Greg, for, yeah. I mean, that is true. Actually, the images in the Fire Emblem guide, Jared and I collaborated on those. I can't remember what started it. We were talking about work like real professionals do. And we were talking, like, we just started tinkering around with fucking code in the middle of, like, a Discord chat, and that's what we came up with to kind of put all that shit in a box and make the text a little smaller and tweak the size of the images so they're all in, like, a caption box that's gray and the text is right below it, and it looks better than the system I had been using because the text was kind of floaty below it sometimes, and you really couldn't, sometimes it's just temperamental, and the new code we use is much better looking and more standardized, so that's what professionals do, right, Jared? People who are passionate about their work. Which I'm sure Greg will, well, he'll get there someday, right?
Have you seen my ASCII art? That's all I got.
No. I mean, I've seen some of it, but I literally can't tell the difference between good and bad ASCII art. I'm just like, it looks like the thing. Cool.
I did the thing.
So yeah, let's see some of these GameFAQs bounties. Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, $250. I would not do a guide like that for a fucking third of that price.
First of all, that's a huge ass game.
Yeah. Like, I'm thinking I would do that guide for $750 minimum.
Yeah.
Pokemon Sword, $1,000. That's not bad. That's not bad.
That's not too bad.
Astral Chain, $250. I'd probably still want $400 for that. And that's me being generous. Like, I got, I think, $300 for Katana Zero, and that guide took me literally 10 days. So, Borderlands 3, $500. Not on your fucking life. Code Vein, $200. Fuck yourself. Bloodstain, $500. That's better. That's better. Fire Emblem 3 Houses for $500. No.
How much?
$500.
Yeah, that's probably...
I mean, we'll probably split that, but hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Ononaki, $200. And didn't seem like that long of a game. Untitled Goose Game, $200.
That might be worth it.
Yeah, that seems, man, it's not bad at all. Wolfenstein Youngblood, $200.
$200 right on a game about being a dick.
Yeah. So
That almost seems like a steal, honestly. That's probably the best price they have on there. But, I mean, Untitled Goose Game is drawing the same price as fucking Code Vein.
They don't know how to price games. They really don't. Like, I had to talk to them about Sekiro before I took that.
It's like, do you know how long this takes?
I got them to double the price on Sekiro.
What were they offering you? $250?
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. Not the best with pricing.
You know, this is like one of the hardest fucking game developers out there, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay me like a minimum of an extra $50 for the fucking new controller I'm gonna have to buy. Because for some reason these games make my controllers fly to the ground.
Guides, they don't do it hardly at all.
They do it for fun. It's like something they do on their side. And they don't.
It's a hobby.
Yeah, they write about the games they really want to do, and yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm fine with, like I said this before, I'm fine with GameFAQs being a hobby site, but not when other people are making fucking real money off of it and expecting me to fucking provide them site content as a hobby. That shit ain't flying. I'm sure Devin and fuck, what's his name? The other one, the guy who functionally runs the site now. Oh, that's been too long. Alan. Yeah, I'm sure they get paid more than hobby money.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm not thinking they're making like fucking $100,000 a year or nothing, but I'll tell you what, if somebody told fucking Devin to like design a site update for $200, he'd tell them to go fuck themselves. Alright, let's get to some gaming milestones. Now we've got tangented again. Grand Theft Auto 2 released this week. October 22nd, 1999. Unfortunately, this was Grand Theft Auto 2, which means nobody fucking played it. So, yeah.
I tried the old ones out. I don't know if I tried 2. I definitely tried 1.
They're very similar, I thought.
They are.
Did you know that fucking...
2 is like 1 with upgrades.
Do you know that Rockstar, before they were Rockstar, did Lemmings?
Yeah.
That's fucking... I found that out not too long ago. I was like, damn.
They also did a game called Oni I slammed. One of my first recepted reviews.
That sounds weird. Then again, like, I say, did you know this? Because I just found it out. I just had the epiphany, and this is going to be worse than the PvE thing. I just realized that division is multiplication in reverse. I'm not good at math, people, but I just thought about it for the first time today. I was like, holy shit, that's true. So, keeping on the Grand Theft Auto train. Oh, go on, Jared.
I mean, really, you never would have thought Blizzard made the Lost Vikings.
Right? Yeah.
That's a fun game too.
Yeah, that is a pretty fun game. Blizzard's career, I guess, summed up. Let's make a fucking zany Viking platformer. And, okay, well, that was fun. Let's try to work on a Games Workshop title. Oh, they said no. Okay, well, let's just fucking copy it anyways. There we go. 2 Warcraft games. Let's do that again, but in space. Cool. There you go. That's the start of Blizzard. Grand Theft Auto 3 came out 2 years later to the day on the PlayStation 2. This is the first one everyone actually played. Except for me, I still haven't played Grand Theft Auto 3, and I don't think I ever will, because...
It's a rough one to try to go back to.
Yeah, it looks like a game that... Like, Morrowind is a game I tried to go back to several times, and I'm like, I can't. I should have picked it up back in the early 2000s, but now I can't do it. Because it just looks and plays like utter dog shit. So...
Basically, anybody who made it past the first island in Grand Theft Auto 3 remembers trying to drive through the Mafia area.
Oh, God. Well, let's be honest. None of the gameplay in any Grand Theft Auto game has been very good. Like, driving still sucks. I think driving was best in 5 because it was more arcadey.
I'm just trying to
Oh.
And get your car going, driving through the Mafia area after you piss them off.
Okay. So I never played it. I look at it and I go, that's too antiquated now. I can't go back to that shit.
Well, I got to the last mission, I think, or like very close to the last mission. I never finished it though.
I've only beaten Grand Theft Auto 4. And that was actually kind of a slog. Like, Oh, there are parts of that game that annoyed the piss out of me.
The best part about 4 was you could get that guy with the armory in his car. I forget the Jamaican dude. He's just like on call. That's the best part about 4 right there.
That's true.
I fucking wrote a guide for San Andreas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you write a guide for San Andreas?
Yeah, that's why I can never play it.
Everybody loves San Andreas.
Well, speaking of San Andreas, that came out October 26, 2004, and Vice City came out October 29th, 2002. So they were just cranking them out, and they really liked themselves some October releases for a while there. So you've got about a 7-day stretch over the course of 5 years where 4 Grand Theft Auto games came out, and Jesus Christ, is that fucking franchise, like, in hindsight, that fucking shit evolved right before your eyes. And that's one hell of a half decade for Rockstar there to go from Grand Theft Auto 2 to Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So, kudos to them. Unfortunately, they don't seem to be bothered in really innovating that much anymore, but...
Well, I mean, Red Dead 2 came out October 26th.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Look at that 1 year anniversary.
I did not pay attention to that. I'm only looking at games that, like, I think I capped it off at 2015, just arbitrarily, but that's worth noting. I still haven't beaten Grand Theft Auto 2, by the way. Like, I did that fucking dumb build section, or not build section, hunting section. I was like, okay, I'm so fucking sick of this game. I'm barely into it, but I'm tired of it already. So, maybe I'll go back to it in a year or whatever, and... Oh shit, it's been a year. Well, never mind. The PlayStation 2 itself came out October 26th, 2000, at least in North America. Did anyone get that game at launch? Or console at launch?
No.
I kind of didn't think Greg would.
I can't remember if I did or not. I think I got close to launch.
I'm pretty sure I got it like summer of 2001 or 2002. But... So I wasn't that late. I think my dad picked me up a refurbished copy for my... Or refurbished PS2 for my birthday. Which, whatever, fine. It worked a few years, so good enough. Best-selling console of all time? I think it's a little overrated. Like, I just can't think of more than a couple really good games on it. Like, I really liked Soul Calibur 2 and Final Fantasy X. Yeah. I guess I am. I was way more into PC gaming at the time. So, like, I was still riding high on, like, man, around that time you had Diablo 2 and Baldur's Gate 2 and just all kinds of good shit. So... And honestly, I wasn't a big fan of a lot of the PS2's JRPGs.
Yeah. They launched a couple of really bad ones right at the beginning. But like that console had a shit ton of good games. You had all those Devil May Cry games, all those Grand Theft Auto games.
Devil May Cry 1 and 3.
The fantastic Silent Hill games.
Jack and Daxter's. Like
the Prince of Persia the Prince of Persia trilogy.
I've got some other ones. Resident Evil 4 came out.
Persona 4 was on PS2.
That's right. Dragon Quest 8 towards the end of the PlayStation 2's lifespan.
One of the greatest JRPGs ever.
I'm not going to dispute that. Still my favorite Dragon Quest game.
Yeah, all the God of War games. Can't forget about those.
Soul Reaver 2.
I would say, you know what? I'll say Tales of the Abyss is up there. I don't know how many people have actually played that, but as a PS2 game.
Like, top tier mention worthy?
Yeah, they remade it for 3DS. It's like one of the best Tales games.
I mean, yeah, but how high of a bar is that?
I got nothing. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I've heard like what?
I mean, probably not top tier, but like if you play JRPGs, you pick that one up.
What's the
Final Fantasy 12?
What's the other good fucking Tales game? Vesperia?
Symphonia?
I can't remember. Final Fantasy 12, yeah, it was fine. I don't know. I enjoyed more games on the PC at the time, and later the PlayStation 3, and I'd even say PlayStation 4.
Yeah, but like PS2 had its fair share of good fucking games. Probably more than PC had at that time.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we're talking from 2000 on, yeah. But I was playing games that were, 2 or 3 years old and still weren't that outdated. Like, you had the first 2 Fallouts come out at the end of the 90s, like 97, 98. Baldur's Gate 1, end of 98. Baldur's Gate 2, 2000, something like that.
Yeah,
Planescape Torment 99. So
another thing that probably would bear you is the PS2 had just a huge, not just a huge library, but like it was popular for years and years. You got like a decade of games here,
I mean, did you though?
Its lifeline was huge.
I mean, because like the last game I can think of.
Let's see when the last time they put out PS2 last game released. Surely that's 2014. That's probably not fair.
Wow, that's way later than I thought. Well, where I draw the end of like the PlayStation 2 era was like around the release of Final Fantasy 12 and Dragon Quest 8, which, God, I think they were somewhat contemporary, like within a year or so. Could be wrong, but I'm thinking they were. And after that, I don't really remember, because I was focused on the Xbox 360 after that.
Probably the last greatest game that isn't like FIFA was Final Fantasy 11 Seekers of Adeline 2013.
Oh, well.
Because they had
MMO expansion.
11 online, yeah, MMO expansion.
But yeah, what?
They had a Jack and Daxter game in late 2009.
What the fuck is... Right. When did you move to, like, the PS3, Xbox 360 generation?
Probably before that.
Well, hopefully before that, Jesus. No.
I still got PS2 games upstairs I haven't played.
Oh, that's not a great endorsement. Final Fantasy 12 had its North American launch October 31st, 2006. Fuck, that's next week.
Well, guess how many games PS2 had released?
Oh, 1,000.
4,490.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, you understand how big and successful the PS2 was, right?
Well, yeah, 155 million units sold, but like, you're talking about it being a decade-long thing, and as far as I'm concerned, Final Fantasy 12 was like the last game I paid attention to on it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane.
Like that was it. 2006 was when I was done with the PS2 for all intents and purposes. Well, PS2 did have the best wrestling game of all time. Here Comes the Pain. Back when they realized that people wanted to actually have fun with their fucking wrestling games and just do arcade bullshit. But, I mean, I don't know. PlayStation 3 had, like, the entire Mass Effect trilogy and all the new Fallouts, which were still not that bad at the time. All of Dragon Age.
Just that cell processing stuff and made it harder on developers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I say PS3, I mean PS3, Xbox 360. I had them both, so I don't really segregate too much. Let's see that generation. No, that's not what I want to look up. Because the game that really pushed me into next gen was the first Gears of War. Yep, November 7th, 2006. Gears of War. And that was like a month after Final Fantasy 12, yeah. So that's where my head is. Like, as far as I'm concerned, the PlayStation 2 was pretty much like a dead console by the end of 2006. I was moving on. I don't think I got a Xbox 360 until... God, I want to say January, February 2007? Which isn't that long. That was only a few months after launch, wasn't it? Huh. Oh well. That's what being a janitor on fucking Fort Campbell will get you. Enough money to buy a fucking game box that'll red ring of death on you within a fucking year. Piece of shit that was.
Yeah, I still can't believe that whole thing. Watching videos on how they let that happen is pretty fun.
Oh yeah, that's informative shit.
They spend $1 billion to try to fix it.
You know, Microsoft, they, like... I'll sit here and rag on corporations all day, and I have no particular fondness for Microsoft. They made a risky-ass business decision to get that console out there, and it blew up in their face, and they went, for the long-term future of the Xbox brand, we're just gonna have to eat a fucking $1 billion and fix this. And you know what? I think it worked. It wasn't perfect, but between Sony fucking up just utterly with the consumer rapport, Microsoft quadrupled their market share. Like, people are like, well, the PlayStation 3 still outsold the Xbox 360. Yeah, but they went from like 20 million units sold for the Xbox and 155 million units for the PS2 to basically like, what, 88 million each? 89? So, I mean, if you look in terms of market share, the Xbox 360 was... I mean, Microsoft rolled the dice, and then when they had to fucking man up and make good to their customers, they did, and Sony fucking stumbled over their feet. So, kudos to Microsoft. They did good that gen. Gotta try and be fair and objective here.
It's crazy that they spent all that money to make good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they just handed the fucking ball to Sony
They
for the PS4.
pissed it away from one little fucker. I'm not gonna just blame this dude, but you can sum it up.
More than one little
one
thing,
flippant asshole and his deal with it bullshit summarizes the entirety of...
I was going to point out the always online thing, the Kinect cannot be taken away, which they said it was impossible to do, which is basically them just lying. Like, lots of people out here, like, you realize lots of us know tech, right? That's like Blizzard saying that, that's like Blizzard thinking no one knows how to read Chinese, when they put out that thing.
I mean...
It's like, you realize people in the world know Chinese.
Right? It's not like there's not like 3 people speaking it. It's not like some fucking mountain dialect of fucking Welsh or some shit. Someone fucking knows it. Yeah, see, that's the thing, though. Like, I'm not crediting the hashtag deal with it guy as, the guy who sunk the Xbox One. But that symbolizes the entire...
He didn't help whatsoever.
No. Nope, this isn't gonna end well. I mean, it's just... It was a good example of what that company... Like, it's emblematic of their PR attitude at the time. Just like one day Blizzard's Don't You Guys Have Phones will be. Like... so dumb. It's amazing how dumb some of these people are. An underrated game on PlayStation. I'll give this one some love since it doesn't get much love and probably doesn't deserve that much, but fuck it. I'll still pay attention anyways. The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers came out October 21st, 2002, and movie games are usually shit. I actually thought this one was pretty fucking decent. I played this game a good bit.
Fantastic.
So,
Return of the King was just as good.
I didn't like that one. I think they simplified too many aspects of it, and
it was mainly the same thing.
Yeah,
basically the same thing.
There were parts of it I didn't like.
Yeah, I mean, you'd still play through it with a friend.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to play through it with a friend, but it just didn't have the same feel. So we kind of both were like, eh.
They were both better than Fellowship, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, how low do you want to get that bar?
I beat all 3.
I beat the 2. I even oh man, this was an age before trophies, so my interest in doing The super hard shit was limited basically by my financial situation, in so much that I would play games if I liked them and do the hard shit just because I didn't have that many. The Two Towers, I played through that with all fucking 3 characters and did that fucking stupid goddamn bonus tower shit at the end on the hardest difficulty, trying to fight those 3 goddamn trolls at once. And yeah, I mean, if I'm willing to put up with that kind of bullshit for a game, I liked it. So that was a good fucking game. I'll give it credit. And if they did that, like if they put that game out on the PS2 to PS4, which they won't, because who the fuck is going to buy a movie adaptation of a fucking, for a movie that's been out nearly 20 years? I would, but no one else would, so that's why we're never going to get it. Besides the fact that Sony pretty much like low-key killed that program without telling anyone. Suikoden 3 came to North America October 24th, 2002.
Oh, Jonathan, you still owe me.
Uh-oh.
He will never listen to this. We made a bet one year that the Seahawks were not going to go to the Super Bowl. I won.
Did he say...
supposed to write a Suikoden 3 guide for me.
What year was this?
The year right before they went to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But still, like, I fucking won... And he's a welcher.
What a fucking
That's
bitch.
it, everybody. My friend Jonathan is a welcher. Just wanted to throw that out there. Continue.
I mean, I figured someone would have something to say about Suikoden, because y'all are a bunch of fucking anime nerds.
I only played the first 2 games. I was waiting on my friend Jonathan to write a guide for the 3rd one.
What, you can't figure it out yourself?
Oh, I mean, he's just... Those guides are the best things.
Oh.
I don't know if you know much about Suikoden, but there's
a lot of characters, that's all I know.
There is a lot of characters, and having a guide to find them all was fantastic. Because you're probably not going to find them all on your own, for starters, right? But you can carry data over from the first one to the second one, right? So you want a perfect game, you want to perfect game it, you know?
So why
the
haven't
second
they...
one is even fucking crazier. There's an entire quest line in that game where you have to be at certain places at certain times to see certain things, and it's like you need a guide. You're not doing this without a guide.
So why didn't they ever port those fucking games? They should just port everything. There are people that are like, oh god, another fucking port. I want a port of everything. Suikoden 3. All of them, really.
1, 2, 3, and 4 are on PSN, but as PS1 and PS2 titles.
Not good enough. Give me my fucking trophies.
That Suikoden 2 still costs a pretty penny.
For some reason, Suikoden 5 is not on PSN at all.
So you can only get a disc?
Another PS2 game.
Yeah, and Suikoden 5 is fucking expensive.
Oh, well, fuck me then.
Yeah, well, speaking of PS2, huh? There's 3 more.
Oh boy. Resident Evil 4. Here's a game that never had a problem getting a fucking port. Came out on the PlayStation 2 in North America on October 25th, 2005. And let's be fair, I mean, who the fuck owned a GameCube?
I did.
Okay, I knew someone was going to own a GameCube.
This was right around the time I joined the military, and the GameCube's like one of the first things I bought. Followed by a Nintendo 64.
You know, I mean, like...
I was making up for lost time.
I don't blame you. If Uncle Sam's gonna pay for anything, it might as well be fucking video games. I didn't play that game until it came out on PS4 because I have the good sense not to buy Nintendo consoles until the one I bought, but whatever. And I never, like... I made it to the boss fight where you have to fight, like, those 2 fucking giants at the same time. And, I don't know, I just kind of lost interest there. I remember I was at that fucking dock near the beginning of the game, and I found out that you could shoot the fish to get drops. You know where this is going to go, right?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
So I was sitting at the end of the dock just shooting the fish, and suddenly this giant fucking lake monster comes out and eats me. Just, like, out of nowhere, and I'm just like... What the fuck was that shit?
They put that as a trophy of the PS4 version.
Well, that is one trophy that I can earn. I can say that from experience. But that was great. That actually surprised the shit out of me. Like, if you're gonna do a jump scares in movies are bullshit, but that sort of jump scare, that worked. Like, that was good. So, kudos to Capcom for that. Of course,
that may be Capcom's
something fell.
Throw my fucking controller around.
Problems?
So that may be Capcom's most ported game.
I think so. That's their Skyrim.
Yeah, for sure.
So there are two types of people. People who think...
I need a minute.
Technical difficulties over there. Oh, shit. Oh, the Pittsburgh doesn't play until Monday? At least they're playing Miami. Hey, Green Bay won. Hooray! They can barely beat another good team when their star quarterback isn't playing. I'll take it. Okay, I'm now done with the bandit camp. Why isn't that trapped? Isn't that usually trapped? Whatever. Oh, there it goes. Ooh. Whew. That could have ended worse. My thief doesn't have her fine traps back yet. Lazy fucking Imoen. Okay, now I have to go to the Cloakwood, so I better read these notes. And... okay. Where are we at? There we go. Hold on to this for now. Oops. No, I want to save my game. Alright. Let's move on.
Okay, I'm back.
I was going to say. Got everything okay over there?
Yeah.
There are two types of people when it comes to Resident Evil 4. People who think that this is where the series just collapsed into an utter pile of shit, and people who think that Resident Evil 4 was a great game. And,
I haven't met many of the first type.
Really? Oh man, you do not go onto enough fucking message boards. Because there are a lot of people who bitch about Resident Evil 4 being just, oh, it's where the fucking series stopped being horror and started being action bullshit. Which, yeah, I mean, it had a good mix. So they're not wrong, but it doesn't make the game bad either. Charisma -4.
Yeah, the problem is they went off the rails with 5 and 6.
I really like 5.
There's some fucking action in 7. That whole ship part was fairly action heavy.
I don't know. I'm a fan of 5. I think 5 was pretty good for what it was. But then again, I wasn't really
scared.
Well, no, it wasn't a horror game. It was just a good action game.
Were you scared in 7 at all?
I haven't played 7 yet.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. I just got too many fucking games.
Just
not enough time to play
a game that everyone says brought horror back to Resident Evil, and you're like, yeah, I don't got time.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, now, playing Baldur's Gate for the fucking 15th time, I've got time for that.
Got that. Got time for that. Ain't got time for Toho.
That's damn true. I mean, Resident Evil 7...
I'm gonna write up just the first part of the game.
Oh, Jesus.
Start to the first boss. I mean, I may as well.
Go do the fucking media while you're at it.
No.
Resident Evil 7 is like all the way over there on my shelf, and just, I don't know. And, like, I know it's supposed to have VR, so I should play the VR. But then the VR's, like, all the way on the other wall, and I have to plug shit in, and... You know how it is. Just, like, who wants to get up to fucking play a video game?
I bought VR, like, a couple months ago, and have not tried it.
I mean, you should at least fucking try it. Whether you keep bothering with it's another story, but...
I need to buy a Skyrim VR.
Oh man, didn't they have that on... I think they have that on sale somewhere. I'm gonna look.
It's for a man's birthday. Off the top of your head, what's his favorite tea?
Oh, off the top of my head? I don't know. We have a guide for that.
Yeah, I don't follow all of the guides.
I hate following guides.
Yeah,
Let me go find them. I was fucking with him not too long ago. Favorite tea. Oh, this would be easier if I knew how to do the alphabet. There we go. Favorite tea. Almiran Pine Needles and Southern Fruit Blend.
yeah, you nailed that. Jared, how many of our guides have you read?
Sarah.
Jared doesn't use guides. We don't... Guide authors don't like using guides.
They don't.
We like telling other people what to do. We don't like being told what to do. And then, when somebody, like, asks us a question about a game, we're like, go read our fucking guide. Because we're hypocrites. Oh, huge spiders. Yeah, Cloakwood time. Skyrim VR is $30 at Best Buy. I thought it was cheaper somewhere else. Let's see what it is on Amazon.
I can't spend money. What are you doing with it?
No, it's like $30 there too. Pretty sure you have more money to spend than I do. Waiting for Mega Man.
I buy old ass fucking cardboard.
Yeah, but that doesn't get you trophies, Greg.
I know, and yet here we are.
Oh boy. Soul Calibur 3 came out for the PS2 on October 25th, 2005. That's actually the first Soul Calibur game I played, and I have to say, as somebody who doesn't like fighting games, that game was fantastic. Oh, Enchantus is poisoned. Okay. He'll be fine. Walk it off. I think that's the game where they introduced Zaslamal, and my friend and I used to fight each other. Like, he was really, really, really concerned about learning really long, flashy combos that he could never fucking pull off in an actual, like, match. But when we were doing exhibitions and he managed to pull them off, like, 1 time out of 5, oh, he was fucking hyped. I played Siegfried because Siegfried has a really big fucking sword, and you can usually just do, like, very simple combos with him. I don't know why he's a fair character. Nobody should be allowed to play him, especially if you're a fucking noob, because very easy to just find a fucking attack that works for a situation you're in. And it's more about just learning to transition his stances and shit.
Tap, 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 tap.
Alright. I like to ring out people with him.
Edge of the ring.
Yep.
Yes, on the edge of the ring, just use that sword stab move that lifts them over your head.
Yep, I had all the fucking ring out moves that I could have, or that I could remember anyways. So, he was really good for that. That was fun. There's one move he does where he just, like, pop flies the enemy into the air with his fucking sword, and this is my awesome combo. I would kick them when they came back down. Yeah, 2 hits there. But, I mean, I suck at fighting games, but that was a fighting game that kept me interested, because its combat was pretty simplistic, and it had character creation and all kinds of fun shit, so I still look back fondly on Soul Calibur 3. The Witcher.
Oh, Jared.
Huh? What?
I tried to take these group of guys into the third circle of slaughter last week. It did not go well. I needed juice so bad. Yeah, I did like 8 out of the 10 rounds on my own.
Oh, he's talking about that fucking Maliwan one. Fuck that shit.
Nathan got so sick of it he quit. He swore off Borderlands 3 forever.
I deleted it. I'm done with that game.
We all know where the skill is in this group of gamers.
I never claimed to have any fucking skill whatsoever.
He deleted it. He deleted it.
I am so fucking done with Borderlands 3. I just thought, like, I know I'm done with the game when I'm sitting there playing it and I'm thinking about all the better things I could be doing with my time, which, to be fair, not all that high-minded. By better things I could do with my time, I mean play another game. But I was just sitting there, like, I can't believe I'm still wasting my time with this fucking game. And I was like, oh, right, I don't have to be. We did it. We beat it. Podcast is fucking over. So, fuck it. I'm done with it. Goddamn, let Gearbox con me out of fucking $100 again. Fucking shysters. They're fucking never evolving fucking games. Nice. The Steelbook is fucking awesome. I'll give them that. But still, goddamn.
Well, plus there's DLC coming, right?
Yeah. How good Gearbox DLC tends to be.
I mean, it's not in the upper echelon. It's not like fucking Blood and Wine or like that, but it's pretty good.
Some of it's better than others.
Yeah, it's
like Tiny Tina's D&D campaign thing.
It's good value for the money, but the problem is it's still Borderlands. So, and I just hate the core gameplay of Borderlands so much because it's just so fucking shallow and tedious. Just fucking, I get sick of it so quickly. The Witcher released in the EU. It would on October 26th. It would follow in North America on October 30th. But fuck it, we'll talk about it now. This is a game that, by all means, should have just like skirted under everybody's radar. But I remember it actually got pretty good coverage at the time. I remember it being on the front page of GameSpot for a few days, and that's how I saw it because. I think they were promoting their review. Was it Kevin Van Ord that did? I want to say Kevin Van Ord did the review and helped get that game promoted. And I mean, that's where I saw it. And I saw this fucking white-haired fucking dude, and I was like, oh, hey, a white-haired dude. That looks like a character I'd make in a game. So I'll give it a look and see what it's about. And thought it looked pretty fucking cool, but I didn't have a computer that could play it. But god damn it, within 3 years I did. And it was love at first sight. And the rest, as they say, is history. So, although I do remember being pissy about the first Witcher game in one aspect. The North American version was censored because apparently the cards were censored and some of the monster character models were. Witcher did not shy away from nudity, so you had some unappealing monster titties in that game, which, you know, who's sitting there fucking getting a boner over... Well, I'm sure somebody is, but whatever. Fucking monster titties. You're gonna have to censor that. Somebody was, but, I mean, they were... if you're worried about appealing to the deviants, they're freaks. They're gonna find fucking something.
Yeah, Japan was a thing.
Greg said it, not me. But yes, I mean, like, Japan is a place where they have fucking urinals with anime girls posed around them, so... Although that one fucking urinal that I saw where they had, like, the anime girl laughing at you as you peed, that was pretty fucking funny, I gotta admit. Like, they should have that outside of every fucking urinal, just for the fucking laughs.
I'm gonna segue a bit here. Game 5 of the World Series was tonight. Donald Trump attended.
And he got booed like a motherfucker.
They put him on the Jumbotron. And he got booed. Chants of lock him up started going out throughout the stadium. I'm proud of the Nationals.
Guys, he might be fucked. Like, his polling for impeachment and removal from office is like 55%. That's fucking bad. Like, I would say if he wasn't running against the Democratic Party, he would be for certain toast in the next election. But I will never, ever say the Democrats cannot fucking snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Like, they can find a way to lose to anybody. And we're going to see that tested really well next election, because
Yeah.
good God, if they can lose to fucking Donald Trump in 2020, that will be a mighty feat. Like, Donald Trump getting elected for 8 years will be relatively trivial compared to the Democrats losing to him again. But I have faith in them after 2016. I think they can do it. But yeah, I saw that on Twitter, and I was kind of getting sick of... because I have short attention span, whatever the fuck. I was waiting for the video to actually get to the good part, and I was like, well, whatever. If it's a good enough boo, like if it's decisive enough, I shouldn't need to watch the video. I'll just listen to it. I'll just have it minimized, and I'll fucking do something else. So I did, and sure enough, you just hear the boo. This was fucking great. I was like, oh man, they're really booing the fuck out of him. There's no ambiguity about that whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, that was good. That amused me. Good job, America.
So Nathan.
Yep.
I'm completely off track. You know a series story with the PS2?
What's that?
Dynasty Warriors.
Ah, yeah. Dynasty Warriors 4 and 5 was fucking great. Like, I still think 4 is my favorite, but that's probably because where I got started on the series. Yeah. Can't take anything away from that. So... didn't they release more details of Persona 5 Scramble? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, recently. I was at work and Tony was like asking me, what the fuck is this? I'm like, well, you see the Koei Tecmo thing pop up, so you W-Force, you know what the fuck it is right away.
Did you watch the trailer for it, Nathan?
Yeah. It's supposed to be a prequel, isn't it?
It's 6 months after
No, sorry, sequel.
Persona
Yeah.
5.
But yeah, it looks fucking good. Like, Omega Force is always good at taking somebody else's IPs and making good games out of them. And this looks like it's not going to be any different. You play with 4 different characters and you can like swap between them. So they're really going full in on this one. So I mean, this might even be day one buy territory, which is...
You can play as everyone except for Futaba.
no one likes Futaba anyways. Why can't you play as Futaba, though?
Well, she's a navigator, so she doesn't really fight.
Oh, okay. Doesn't she? I just recruited her, so I haven't, I guess, gotten far enough to see how that works. That makes sense. But, yeah. Anyways, The Witcher, I remember looking for a workaround to the censorship online because I was indignant about it at the time. And it turns out that you could just, like, replace the localization files with the European ones, and you'd have the original textures. So it was pretty fucking easy. And then when they put the game on GOG and re-released it that way, they just removed the censorship, so good on them for eventually getting it right. They also, on the first Witcher game, after they got the Enhanced Edition, they had targes on it, which is funny for CD Projekt. That would become the fucking anti-DRM company. And I kind of want to blame Atari for that, although I have no idea about what the business situation is, but I can almost imagine that being an Atari recommendation. And then, you know, because it's fucking DRM, what do you fucking expect? It started fucking with the game, so CD Projekt's solution was just to patch targes out completely, which is what everybody should fucking do with DRM, because it's fucking garbage, but you could kind of see back then their earlier interactions with DRM and their thought processes that kind of led them to becoming what they are. And then, of course, they released The Witcher 2 with DRM, so they haven't really been that good on DRM themselves until The Witcher 3, I think, was the first time they were like, nope, we're just not fucking doing it. We don't give a shit. Although, to be fair, I think the enhanced edition of The Witcher 2 didn't have DRM, so... Yep. I'm gonna have to kill you now. Alright, so what else we got here? BioShock was released for the PlayStation 3 on October 21st, 2008. It came out first on PC and Xbox 360 on August 21st, 2007, though, but I think it's...
PC, believe it or not.
Really?
I did.
This quest is a little buggy. These guys are supposed to attack you, but they don't. Oh. I'll just murder them myself. I did not play it until... Well, I played it on Xbox 360. I don't think I got it new, though. But it's been a while. I remember seeing that iconic fucking trailer for the game going, God, this looks fucking awesome. That dude getting fucking... or fighting that Big Daddy was pretty awesome shit. Yeah.
All the trailers for those BioShock games are really good.
Yeah, that's true. It's a top contender for best game on the PlayStation, last gen, frankly. What games are better than BioShock? Last gen.
Yes. I mean, there's probably quite a few.
I don't know. It's way up there for me.
Grand Theft Auto 5 last gen, technically.
Yeah, fuck, it was, wasn't it?
I mean, Mass Effect.
Which is the best Mass Effect?
2.
Everyone says
that
2.
That ending. Ending to 3 was garbage. 1 had all that fucking world shit that didn't make a bit of difference in its boring as fuck.
Oh, so you had to drive around on a fucking... in a fucking vehicle. You're fine. I liked 1 the best. Although the beginning to Mass Effect 2 is probably the best, like the best 30 minutes in any video game ever. Just man, did that game get off to a good start.
More impactful side stories and better told side stories.
Yeah, I guess. I like the main story better than 1.
Yeah, I mean, I like the end of the world.
Put these
Now
out.
we got Anthem.
Well, yeah, I mean, first we got Andromeda, then Anthem, yeah. I mean, the biggest part about 2 that I hated was they really, like, shaved down the RPG mechanics. And it wasn't that good of a shooter either, so you kind of just had this, like, mid-tier gameplay shooter RPG with a really good story.
I was really hoping EA would look into the PS4.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with EA. Why they won't just port games to PlayStation 4. There is money in that shit. You know what? I bet it has to do, and this is probably the most obvious thing I'll ever say. They're probably like, well, we probably can't monetize it.
Right.
Because it's an old game, and if we can't put fucking microtransactions in it, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
It's like, motherfucker, it's a goddamn... Ugh. Whatever. No use bitching about them. We bitch about enough corporations. Fable 2 had its North American launch on October 21st, 2008. Anybody play that?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say.
I haven't played Mass Effect at all.
No, Fable. Fable 2.
I haven't played Fable or Mass Effect.
Oh, okay.
Or BioShock.
Or
Fable 2.
BioShock.
Oof. Big oofs.
I mean, well, no,
We
I
gotta
can...
sit you down with some BioShock, my friend.
I can see, I can see Fable because that was Xbox only. But no BioShock? Really? That's... Like, dude, that's a game you could power through in 2 to 3 days pretty easily. That's playing fairly leisurely.
I don't know.
I insist you have to play those at some point.
I don't know. PS3 or PS4?
Jesus, Jared! Alright, we're gonna have an intervention here, Greg. He has to play those.
Once per year, we should all give each other 2 games to play or something.
Yeah, I mean, if they're short enough, that's one thing, because actually having the time... Like, I think if we did that, make that a thing, BioShock would be one of the easy ones to recommend, because it, you know, you can get through it really quick.
I don't recommend Final Fantasy 14. I mean, it's pretty easy to know what to recommend and what not to. We can veto it. We can veto what we're given.
Fair enough. I mean, also, BioShock is an easy platinum, Jared. So many good reasons to play that one. I would definitely put that on your list if I had such a thing. We should probably do that. But then who's gonna fucking enforce it? Like, what's the penalty? You just get a shame session?
Yeah, we could, well, you always talk about starting up that website, you could just, do a page of shame. There you go.
I should. I also started a Facebook group, and I don't know why it popped in my head, like, I should start a Facebook group for, like, guide authors. Just have one for...
That already exists.
Does it? Well, fuck them. I'm not part of it, so it can't be that good.
Yeah, most people don't like you.
Oh, wow, fuck them extra. I should clarify. A page for guide authors that are actually good. There.
Yeah, that exists.
No. Yeah, I know, because I just made it. It's got the 2 of us on there. That's all we fucking need. Yeah, Jared, BioShock is on the list. Fable 2 was, I thought at the time, a fantastic game. Most people like that game the best of the series. I mean, you had that fucking dog. If you didn't fucking like that dog, like, are you even human at that point? It found you fucking loot.
It's rough watching some of these support conversations, like with Petra and another guy. First of all,
are you getting jealous?
It's funny I mentioned Dynasty Warriors earlier. Dynasty Warriors 2 came out October 26, 2000 in North America.
Dynasty Warriors 2 did?
Yep.
Wasn't that like a fighting game?
You didn't have that on your list.
No, I didn't.
Dynasty Warriors 2 was the first one.
Okay. The first Dynasty Warriors was the, like, fighting-ass game.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have that on my list. All I do is go through Wikipedia and, like, look at gaming in the year or whatever the fuck. Like, this is not a high-tech operation we are running here, guys. So, if it doesn't catch my eye, it doesn't get in there. Other people can contribute to this shit, too, goddammit. I don't have to be the only one. Fuck. But yeah, Dynasty Warriors 2. I never played the second one.
It's about reading.
It was basic as fuck.
Was it terrible? Because it seems like it'd be terrible. I don't know why, but I'm guessing it was just fucking terrible.
Dynasty Warriors 3 is when the series started getting good.
Well, how about we cut the difference with better instead of good? I'm not really sure I'm willing to see good. It was playable. It was a thing. I think the fourth one was leagues better than Dynasty Warriors 3. Just like night and day.
I'm not saying it isn't better.
And then 5 was kind of just like lateral. It was good, but I'm not sure I liked it better than 4. And then, of course, we know what happened with fucking 6. Fucking Christ. Let's reinvent the wheel by getting rid of everyone's unique weapons and getting all fucking spears. Jackasses. Torch.
I can't be bothered with follow Dynasty Warriors. Too much.
How many Dynasty Warriors games have you played?
5 or 6.
Ow.
Plus 2 Samurai Warriors, plus some Musou game. Like, what? There's too many. They started doing fucking Dynasty Warriors 11XL, like they're putting
Yeah.
out deals.
I have Empires, Extreme Legends, yeah.
Too much.
No, I don't follow you. I mean, just like pick out the good ones. Like Orochi 4 was really good. I like that one, but otherwise,
Yeah, you played that twice, right?
no. I mean, if they have another trophy list for the whatever new edition they're making, I'll play it twice. But right now, I've only played it once. I'm looking at playing it twice. Depends if there's another trophy list. Uh-oh, what did she drop on the ground? Wand of fireballs. You better have shit in your inventory. Oh. Okay. Alright, that's probably just something. Okay. Never mind. Crisis averted. But yeah, really, they don't do good work with their own IPs anymore. They do good work with everyone else's shit.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Dragon Quest one. Need to get the second one.
The second Dragon Quest Heroes is fine.
You think he's the protagonist?
Yeah, I hate their hair. Like, they're all candy-colored shit. It's the most minor gripe of minor gripes. Oh, also Yangus isn't in it, so that's a huge downgrade in quality. At least I don't think he is. I think they have Jessica, but not Yangus. It's been a while since I played it.
I'm pretty sure. What, the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
The first one, yeah, they had
First
Yangus and Jessica. And I don't care Greg's incorrect opinion on the matter. Yangus is fucking great.
I'm gonna boil him in the pot.
Jeez.
I don't take Greg's opinion seriously anymore.
Right? I mean,
Wait, what?
especially not after Death Stranding. Holy shit. Anywho, Torchlight 2 came out October 27, 2009. This was its download-only phase on PC, a dreadful scourge, but one of the first games I remember being disappointed that it was only download until it came out retail, so... And now it is on PlayStation 4, and we'll soon be getting a retail version there, so... I guess it's just a trend for the Torchlight games. Well, Torchlight 2 anyways. Is to...
So Torchlight, did the first one ever get a physical release?
Yeah, I think retail for PC it did a few months after the digital. I'm pretty sure. And I think we mentioned this already, but yeah, Torchlight 2 is supposed to be getting a physical release for console next year. So, still looking like a podcast game. I think Ari said that it looked like it had some issues with netcode, but... Oh, right. Web trap. Should have remembered that. Oh, well. Fable 3 came out October 26, 2010. This one was much less well-liked than the second game. And there's a reason for it.
I liked the premise in the beginning.
I liked it too.
The first half of it.
Well, here's the reason that people...
Like the story premise. I like the... You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like the execution of it too. I mean, I thought 3 was fine. What people didn't like, based on the reviews I read at the time, is some people, instead of doing what any rational person who likes to play video games did, they kind of just like breezed through it, and if you don't sit there and build up a nice nest egg of money, you can't afford to solve all the problems of your kingdom. You have to kind of choose between making your kingdom a good place to live and keeping it alive. Now, me, what I did, because I have issues with grinding, is I did a lot of fucking blacksmithing to earn money, and then I bought houses, and then I do more blacksmithing, and the time I wasted blacksmithing would allow me to accrue rent, and then I'd use all that to buy more houses, and on and on and on. It went until I owned every goddamn building in the country.
Yep.
So when I was fucking king, I was like the super landlord, and someone was like, oh, well, we have two options. We can fund the Navy, or we can build an orphanage. And I'm like, let's do them all.
Let's do both.
Fuck it, I've got the cash. And so I got to fucking have my cake and eat it too, and...
Clearly the only way to play that game.
Right? So I had a fine time with it.
Let's face it, lots of people cannot do that.
Well, yeah.
And that's the part I like. That's the, like, hard choices. Hard choices.
You either put in the work or you don't get the optimal outcome. I think that is as fair as video games can be. I mean, I can see if you're a reviewer and you only had so much time to get through the game and you just kind of breeze through it and bad things happen because you didn't do the work to prevent bad things from happening and now you're sad, but I'm not sure that's the game's fault. And because it's a old-ass game, I'm not going to really worry about spoilers too much. You are what, the son or, well, descendant or grand descendant, whatever it is, of the hero from the second game? Something like that.
I can't remember. I'd have to look that shit up.
You're a descendant of some degree. I can't remember the actual degree. But, your brother takes a throne and you basically end up getting exiled, right? And so the whole, like, narrative push at the beginning of the game is you making alliances with people, some of them not all that good, to reclaim your throne. And they promise to help you, but some of them are kind of shady and they want things in return.
Yeah, well, like child labor.
Yeah, not all.
Well, you gotta build those weapons somehow, right?
Right. So that when the time comes, you know, and you're king, you might have to, you know, make good on these favors that you promise people. And I can't remember the impetus for it, but you end up going overseas and finding some, like, fucking ancient evil or some shit that's imminently going to threaten your kingdom. And the whole reason your brother was a dickhead is because he knew about this shit and he was preparing for this evil. He knew about this bad shit that was coming and might not necessarily have just been a dickhead. He might have been making, like, the lesser of two evil choices.
Yeah.
So...
He's trying to prepare.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then, you know, based on the decisions you make, determines pretty much how well your kingdom fares. If you do all the nice, happy, good, fun stuff and make everybody happy but don't prepare any defenses, yeah, a lot of your kingdom gets destroyed and kind of bad for everybody. But if you make the hard economic decisions and subjugate your people brutally to prepare for this threat, your kingdom will survive better, but is it really worth protecting at that point? Or, like I said, you can just become a fucking real estate mogul and make everything good.
Not worry about it.
Right? So, I think that's a criminally maligned game. The worst thing I have to say, I can't remember if it's Fable 3 or Fable 2 that did this. It's been too long, but this is like one of the first cases where I bumped up against just fucking microtransactions that made me hate them with a passion. In one of those Fable games, they hid black dye behind a paywall. You had to pay like $1 to unlock black dye. Normally you could buy different dyes at stores and for in-game money, not real money. But black they made you pay real money for, and I was just like, you've got to be fucking shitting me. So, suffice to say, my characters ended up wearing white, because, fuck you, I don't need black. I'll just wear white. Not for a goddamn $1. Here's one that should tickle Greg's fancy. Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward, came out October 23rd, 2012, in North America on the 3DS and Vita.
Yay.
Nothing? Just a yay?
Zero Escape wasn't on, wasn't, it was. I'm thinking of, 999. wasn't on Vita. Yeah, but clearly, like I didn't care about the 3DS version. I had trophies to get.
Well, right. Oh man, if only we could get Fire Emblem on PlayStation.
One of the best. So people like to call those visual novels, but it's half and half. Those puzzles. One of the best visual novel games out there to this day.
Steins Gate better than it?
Is it better than Steins Gate? It's different. It's, there's actual fucking puzzles.
Boo! Who wants to solve puzzles? I guess that's what guides are for. I don't know where this came up, but for some reason this franchise caught my attention recently and started looking it up, and apparently there's the non-retails on PlayStation 4, which includes 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at grabbing that.
It has the first 2. It doesn't have the third. Which is dumb because they released the third right around that same time.
Well,
I guess that's a good way to get people caught up, I guess. I don't know. It is what it is, I guess.
It's like Kingdom Hearts. Gotta release the shit that just came out. Or the earlier shit before you release the new thing. Path of Exile launched on PC on October 23rd, 2013. We had a bit of fun with that game. As far as free-to-play garbage goes, it's probably the best free-to-play garbage outside of Fallout Shelter, so I guess credit where credit is due.
Also owned partially by Tencent.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, as far as I can tell, Tencent tends to be kind of hands-off. Yeah, just trying to fucking bum everyone fucking out. Can't you just let the game be okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's an okay game.
I mean, if you're gonna have microtransactions like that, at least make the game fucking free. Fair enough. It's free, and I didn't spend any money on it. Although Rebecca did, because she's bad.
She did? What'd she buy?
She bought stash space. She doesn't have as much fortitude against microtransactions.
She still play it?
Not really, but I mean, we're probably gonna go back to it at some point. It's just, other games came out, and who wants to sit there and play that game for fucking 3 months straight? And we played it a good bit. So.
No, that's fair.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate came out October 23rd, 2015. It's hard to call this a good game. I've not played it. It didn't seem to get the hate that Unity did, but still...
Unity was definitely worse.
Still very deep into the part of the Assassin's Creed franchise. So, like, I'd say everything between Assassin's Creed 3 and Origins is kind of just like, hard to really give a shit about. Not very good. Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, those are all pretty good. Origins, that's really good. So, Warhammer End Times Vermintide came out on PC on October 23rd, 2015. A lot of those October 23rd games. This is a game that, when it came out on PS4, we actually had a bit of fun with. I kind of thought we would dislike it more than we did. At least Greg and I had fun. I don't know what Jared's opinion on Vermintide is, but...
I got some good drops that helped.
Yeah, I mean... good bit of randomization there. But it was... it's one of those weird games where, like, random luck matters a good bit, but also your performance does, so... it's kind of a nice balance. So... do we have Vermintide 2? I think we do. I don't think Greg went and bought it, but...
yeah.
I think it's on sale again on GameStop for $20.
Ah, Greg, fuck off. Go get it. I think Rebecca and I bought it. I don't know if Jared did, but okay. See, Greg, go buy that shit. Fucking around.
Oh, sure. Did you say GameStop?
I think that's what Jared said. Let me go look and see what it's on sale for. I'm pretty sure Rebecca and I bought it.
Checking Best Buy because they give me a discount.
Oh man, I have 3 weeks of GCU left. Yep, it is $20 on GameStop.
It is 43 on Best Buy.
Fuck you, Best Buy. Letting us down. Well, 32 on Amazon. Yeah, that game was actually pretty fucking good, despite that little asshole fucking rat with the fucking cane that just can snatch you and fucking string you up somewhere. Dickhead.
Left 4 Dead. I love it.
Yeah. And finally, for the recaps, because now we're getting into modern times, and who cares about modern times? Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition hit the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on October 27th, 2015. Capping off nice long run of success for Larian, which hopefully is going to continue into the imminent future, because goddammit, they are now responsible for Baldur's Gate, and that is some fucking responsibility there. Nope. Hate air caps.
Just $35 or more for free shipping.
I'm like allergic to shipping. I will spend so much fucking extra money to avoid shipping. It doesn't make any sense, but... Oops. Don't you dare cast that on yourself. Okay. Stop getting hit. That'd be fantastic. Alright, now we can finally get started on the news. THQ Nordic establishes a Japanese subsidiary. THQ Nordic Japan. The newly formed entity will handle distribution, public relations, and marketing of THQ Nordic and Handy Games titles for the Japanese market. Somewhat unrelated note, but god damn it, I hope they make a fucking remaster of Kingdoms of Amalur. It's kind of amazing, like, paying attention to the history of Kingdoms of Amalur now and looking back on it and, like, realizing that it was a game studio created by a psychotic fucking ass conservative fucking baseball player that conned the state of, what was it, Vermont out of fucking millions of dollars. And
yeah, it was one of those states. I'm not sure if it was Vermont, but he took a loan from one of those northeastern states.
Yeah.
Oh, Kurt shit. Oh, what a legend.
Jeez. This game was before I started paying attention to politics.
If you ever make the Hall of Fame, we have to come down.
Yeah, but the bad side is they only made the Hall of Fame in baseball. Sorry, I'm not a baseball fan. I will take any opportunity to cast aspersions at baseball. I went to an MLB game live once.
He is not in the Hall of Fame. He's at 60.9% of the vote, so like historically that means
he's a shoo-in.
Virtually, yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming.
I mean, he had a fucking good career. It's just, you know, shame he's a fucking knucklehead fucking conservative. So this is kind of old news now, and it's just how the podcast goes. A weekend, it's...
Barry Bonds still isn't in either.
Well, instead of fucking Barry Bonds, they should just put in a goddamn syringe.
He may never get in.
Good, fuck him.
Remember people were talking about the asterisk next to his name? He may not get in.
Good.
It's crazy.
A Blizzard advertisement in the latest issue of gaming magazine GameStar has seemingly leaked the existence of Diablo 4. A full-page advert on page 27 of the latest issue of GameStar features a segment for the upcoming The Art of Diablo hardback book, which is due for release in November. The descriptive of the book reads, featuring over 500 works from Diablo, Diablo 2, Diablo 3, and Diablo 4. This book features many noteworthy artworks created for Blizzard Entertainment's iconic action RPG. A picture of the page has been circulating on Twitter, but GameStar itself has reported on the advert on its website. The article explains that the magazine will be available to purchase from October 23rd. As of writing, Diablo 4 has not been officially announced, and it seems unlikely it will within the next 2 days. So was this story not updated ever? No, I guess not, because you'd think there'd be news on it now, considering the magazine should be out on the market, but... Oh god, comment section is ridiculous. I mean, hopefully we will get a box copy of Diablo 4, and I mean, that's assuming that they don't release it on PC early, and we're not waiting fucking 2 years to play it on play the good version on console. Well, there's just so much up in the air about Blizzard right now that it's kind of hard to get psyched for anything they might be doing, even if you normally would. Because there's like 1,000 ways they can fuck it up, and like a very narrow path to it being useful. So, we'll see. Steam now lets you play local multiplayer games online with remote play together. This feature enters public beta today. This was... Oh, when was this article? The 21st, so... It's been about a week now. The feature allows up to 4 players or more, depending on the game, to play together remotely. What's more, only one player, the host, needs to own and install the game for the feature to work. Now, as somebody that has 2 gaming-capable computers and only 1 Steam account, I actually approve of this a good bit. That said, the fact that Steam needs this at all is kind of telling on what a fucking shit service it is, because you know how I play games with Rebecca on PC? If I own it on GOG, I just download the same game to both PCs and we play together. So, kinda don't need this bullshit if you just don't have DRM on your games. Oh, Jesus, fucking webs. Oh, Emmeline, you need to get your fine traps back. You're killing me over here. Good job, Viconia. Alrighty. Darksiders Genesis launches December 5th for PC and Stadia, and February 14th, 2020 for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So, for any gamer with dignity, that's gonna be February 14th, 2020. I still don't understand this fucking game. Like, it looks like a Diablo type game, right? But it only has 2 players. Why the fuck?
What game is this again?
Darksiders Genesis. Why the fuck would you make a Diablo-type Darksiders game, a franchise with 4 fucking characters, all of which have been developed by now, where you can only play 2 of them?
Still, right?
No, you have, oh yeah, I think you are, right, you're missing Strife. Yeah, I was thinking, Death, Wrath, War, but you don't have Strife yet. Are those the right ones? Why do I think there's a Pestilence? Whatever. You're right, there's only 3. But still, you can make it a 3-player game, god damn it. Still, 2 players is fucking weird. Panzer Dragoon Remake physical copies have been confirmed. When it comes to getting a copy of the Panzer Dragoon Nintendo Switch Remake, people are going to have options. This is from Silicon Era. After conducting a Twitter poll on October 17, 2019, that overwhelmingly showed people would be interested in Panzer Dragoon Remake physical copies, Forever Entertainment confirmed that it will be an option for people. 0 fucking percent chance that they took a poll on October 17th and then by October 22nd went, okay, we got you. So I'm not buying that a Twitter poll made this happen, but whatever. So are you seriously getting jealous that other guys are hitting on your Fire Emblem girlfriend?
They're dead to me.
Oh god, Greg. You know what character...
Stride is like one of the best gambits ever.
You know what character I like a lot more than I thought I would in Fire Emblem? Lorenz. Whoever that voice actor is, his fucking reads are just fucking great every single time. He's such a fucking shit snob. It's great. So, kudos to that guy. I'm sure you're going to watch this podcast sometime and you care about my opinion,
sure
but
he's all over it.
Yep. But you can put this feather in your hat, this E-feather. Just take this whole clip and cut it, record it, and just play it to yourself while you go to sleep at night. Give yourself warm, happy thoughts. You did a great job. You made that character far more entertaining than he had any right to be.
I feel the same way about Burn Me, really.
Yeah, she's good too.
Freaks out about just the stupidest thing. I love it.
A lot of characters made a lot better by their voice acting.
This, again, the stride ability. Really fucking good, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess. All my characters have such high stats that... I don't really need it, but...
I mean, it doesn't... Being able to get, like... Remember that map for the Battle of the Eagle and Lion?
Yeah.
Three armies are mixed. And being able to use stride and get to the middle ASAP.
Yeah.
That's some sort of overpower.
Too bad I didn't have a dancer by then. Oh, this fight's gonna suck.
Yeah, but I also have that dancing goddess gambit.
That's true. Okay, so I'm actually gonna have to try to use some strategy here, because this fight can kind of suck. There's a spell I use to neutralize a lot of these things, and I can't remember it. It can't be a simple sleep spell.
It's a simple sleep spell.
I mean, I have a guide, but it's all the way over there. I don't want to fucking go click for it and find out what that fucker said. So screw it. Let's just let range determine things. No, this is not going to end well. Batman Arkham Legacy, rumored to be the name of the new entry in the series. We know that a new Batman title from WB Games Montreal is on the way, but other than that... Wait, we knew about that? When did it go from being rumored to confirmed?
I don't know, but you knew they were working on something.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but I remember talking about...
They're doing something.
I remember talking about it, but I don't remember being actually confirmed. But other than that, no further details on the project have yet to be properly revealed. That said, thanks to a new leak from a known industry insider, it seems as though a few key details of the game have now come out. According to Sabi, a video game insider who has previously revealed details of other games in the past that turned out to be correct, the new installment in the Arkham franchise is set to be called Batman Arkham Legacy. Okay, I mean, Legacy has to be the most generic fucking tagline in any fucking form of entertainment. Sabi goes on to say that past rumors about playing as members of the Batman family, which include characters like Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing, and others, also seems too legit. They put that in quotes, but in the tweet they have right here, he says seems to be legit. So I don't know why they quoted a retard version of that, but whatever. Oh, man. We can skip over all this news because we already talked about it in detail. Former Xbox executive Mike Ybarra joins Blizzard Entertainment. What a fucking time to join the company, buddy.
Hey, man, his salary may be legit.
Yeah. Ybarra's new role puts him in the upper echelon of Blizzard's management team underneath President J. Allen Brack. Brack himself is relatively new to the role himself, having taken over the presidency of the company from departing co-founder Mike Morhaime last year. Oh, man. That's a bad time. Oh, right. I forgot to mention this before, but this is an IGN article, and it kickstarted my memory. IGN has to be one of the most, like, neutrality-biased, lame-ass sources of gaming news out there. Which also, I don't want to call them trustworthy, because I think they just fucked something up pretty major, like, last week. And then they had that plagiarism shit earlier, and...
Who's that, IGN?
Yeah. But...
Yeah, they had multiple things of plagiarism in the past 3 or 4 months.
But they tend to be...
The biggest probably being that Dead Cells guy.
Yeah, Dead Cells. But they tend to be pretty milquetoast. Like, they even refuse... I remember when Gamergate was a thing. They posted an article about it, and they were basically like one of the few news organizations that was like, we are not taking a side. At least that's how I remember. I could be wrong. But, I mean, if you're going to go to that fucking effort, you might as well just not post anything and ignore it entirely. But... they even IGN posted about Fallout 76's fucking Fallout First bullshit being a failure. And when IGN has even got the ball to say, no, this is some bullshit.
Y'all are dumb.
That's saying something. This was a bigger news story when it happened, and now over the course of 4 days, it's kind of just stopped being all that interesting. But now The Last of Us 2 got delayed until May 2020, which is very fucking good for this game, I think. I mean, it was probably always going to do well, but God, having it come out right around fucking Final Fantasy VII and Cyberpunk, so dumb. And I think... Oh, I don't think we covered this last week. Maybe we did. Ubisoft also delayed most of their fucking Q1 2020 games to, I think, fiscal year 2021?
Yeah.
So...
supposedly they're saying that... I read on another site that they moved the projects to next-gen machines.
Really?
Interesting.
I mean, I kind of thought we'd have a lot of crossover.
Like last time?
Yeah. I mean, I guess they know more internally about the backwards compatibility than we do. If we're not... I mean, we'll know all the details here soon, but... I mean, if there's backwards compatibility, I don't know. Even then, you might as well release it for the PlayStation 4 at the end of the gen, and then do like a definitive edition port to the PlayStation 5. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to see that shit all over the place. So I don't see why they wouldn't just do that. John Irenicus. Oh, no. Let's not fucking let this shit get out of hand. Okay. Got spiders to kill. And I didn't prepare any good spells for this because I am ignoring my own advice that, hey, I know. I've got wands that make fire booms go. So why don't I use my fire boom wand? That sounds like a good idea, me. Okay. I mean, I never use fucking wands in this game, so maybe I should just not be stupid for a change and use wands. How about that? Sounds like a good idea. Awesome. So is anyone here even really all that hyped for The Last of Us 2? I don't really think we're... Because I know I don't personally care that much, but I am not indicative of the larger gaming market.
I mean, I'll play it for sure. First one was really good.
I mean, I'll play it, but at what price? At what date? That's the real question. Like, I'm not sure I care to get it until it's $20. Because I still haven't played the first one, so...
Oh, well.
Oh, right, yeah, that's the next story. Right here. Gods and Monsters, Watch Dogs Legions, and Rainbow Six Quarantine delayed to fiscal year 2020 to 2021. That begins April 1st, 2020, and ends March 31st, 2021. So I'd actually be surprised if these games are going to be like next... Well, I guess. Because they already said the PlayStation 5 is coming out, what was it, fall 2020?
Fall 2020, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, they could release them in summer. I guess they're not doing that for whatever reason. Let's get rid of this. Oh. This fucking wand right here. Oh, you're so lazy, Jantis. You're my frontline fighter and you can't even carry a fucking corpse. What's wrong with you? There we go. Just a bunch of irrelevant dunks on Bethesda that we don't need to bother with anymore. The Monster Hunter World Iceborne PC expansion will let you head into the Hoarfrost Reach on January 9th, 2020. So for some reason you are too lazy to get that game on console and you've been waiting for it to come out on PC, there you go. You only have to wait until January. That's probably a good time for it to release because you've still got a couple months before all the heavy hitters come out later on. Although these are PC gamers, so they obviously won't be playing Final Fantasy VII early on. Sony is eager to flog PlayStation Vue as it plots exit from TV streaming business. This is from Push Square.
Oh, is it exiting? Oh, interesting.
PlayStation Vue's on the market, and Sony's purportedly already been in contact with one potential buyer. According to a report by The Information, the organization has been in contact with sports-focusing streaming platform Fubo TV about possibly selling the service, which would include its 500,000-strong subscriber base and underlying technology. According to the original article, the Japanese giant has been struggling to turn a profit with the initiative, despite hiking prices earlier this year. The issue all comes down to the cost of programming itself, as the service's feature set has been widely well received. PlayStation Vue, for example, allows you to watch multiple shows on a single screen, a great option for sports fans. With Apple TV Plus and Disney Plus all on the horizon, the manufacturer may see this as a good moment to cut its losses and get out of the sector, especially with competing companies looking to invest heavily into original content. Whether this will have any kind of impact on the recently established PlayStation Productions, a division designed to leverage Sony's gaming properties and cross-media projects, remains to be seen. So, yep, looks like Sony's getting out of the TV streaming business, at least as far as PlayStation Vue goes, so I will cry a tear for them when I care about streaming.
Right. There was when I was cutting cable, I was looking into Vue, but that was a while ago, and I just decided to stick with Netflix and Hulu.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to subscribe to something, I subscribe to Funimation every once in a while, because I actually think it's decent value for the money. But if I had to get anything else, it'd probably be Netflix or Hulu. I mean, and probably not both, just one or the other. I'd just have to decide what I wanted to watch at the time.
Yeah, I mean, both is still like a third of fucking cable easily.
Oh, yo, way less than that. My parents pay over $100 for their fucking cable.
Yeah, insane.
So
You watch my mom pays for cable, but yeah, she pays a lot. She has like a package deal with everything.
way too much. That's all I know. Oh, go away, Ettercaps. I don't want to fight you. You're dickheads. Oh, you're real dickheads. Ah, I got away. Fortnite Chapter 2 leakers sued by Epic Games. I don't know if anyone was following this shit on Twitter, but I think they closed down Fortnite for a little bit, and they changed their Twitter account logo to just a fucking black icon, and people are like, oh, what's happening to Fortnite?
Yeah, of course they are.
Epic Games is suing a UX tester for leaking details for Fortnite ahead of its official release, according to new court documents. As reported by Polygon in a lawsuit filed to North Carolina courts, Epic Games is accusing Ronald Sykes, or something Llama 9. Well, that's your fault for hiring somebody with that fucking stupid fucking Twitter handle, for leaking information about Fortnite Chapter 2.
Llamas are like the mascot or whatever of Fortnite.
Now, then they're a match made in heaven. A stupid match made in stupid heaven. Epic says that the company is suing Sykes because he broke his contractual obligation to keep Epic secrets about the upcoming season of Fortnite, Epic's popular video game. Epic claims that information, quote, is currency, and that Sykes, quote, cashed in on what he learned as a user experience tester for Epic. The company is asking for injunction relief and maximum damages for the leaks and a breach of the NDA agreement along with legal fees. The reaction I've seen to this on the internetosphere has largely been, good, fuck this guy, he broke his contract. I do worry about the precedent of Fortnite or Epic trying to sue the guy for, like, if you're going to get money out of this kind of settlement, you have to prove damages. And I don't think something flippant like information is money, I don't think you can use that fucking bullshit substitute for damages. So, kind of hope that, I mean, obviously, whatever fucking terms he signed under the NDA, he voided that, needs to get some sort of fucking punishment. But you can't let these fucking corporations get away with this Orwellian bullshit where they go, they traded in our information and we assigned this random arbitrary fucking value to it, so that's what we're suing them for. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. No one should fucking stand for it. So, and as someone who just came out of an NDA myself, don't violate NDAs. People are kind of fucking... They probably don't take NDAs seriously because we're forced to sign all kinds of fucking terms of service and shit. And who reads terms of service? We all know it's fucking bullshit. We all know they don't mean anything. And honestly, they don't. Like, a lot of the clauses in the terms of service would never fucking be enforceable. But NDAs aren't terms of service. So, that shit is actually actionable. Ah, he got away. So, yeah, don't break your NDAs. Actually means something. Not just because it makes you look like a fucking douche if you know, are spreading information publicly about something that you promised not to spread information on publicly. I was a good boy. I didn't even fucking tell Greg about it, so...
And boy, I sure tried to get him.
Nah, not that hard, but whatever. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can fucking do it. It's not that hard. I don't have that much fucking self-control. So... I just try to avoid mentioning it at all, to avoid bringing up shit. And also, I don't talk to that many people and kind of figured Jared already knew, but whatever. Point is, if I can do it, he can do it. And he didn't do it, so he needs to be punished, but not in the way that Epic is trying to fucking formulate this shit, because that's bad for all of us. And the last bit of news we have is Square Enix Osaka is hiring for, quote, HD development of the Kingdom Hearts series. The most recent entry in the series, Kingdom Hearts 3, launched for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in January. A downloadable expansion, RE Mind, is due out this winter. Beyond that, a new entry in the series has not been announced. So who knows what the fuck they're actually doing? But they're hiring for some Kingdom Hearts shit, so take that as you will. Oh, sorry, Elminster, I didn't come here. You played the last Resident Evil, Kingdom Hearts, right, Jared? Mm-hmm. Was it any good? Okay. Because I heard people were kind of mixed on it. People are mixing all kinds of shit. And that's it. That's all the news we have. So, if anyone has anything else to say, let's get it out of the way now. Otherwise, we can wrap it up for the day.
Hey, Toho.
Maybe tomorrow. Alright, that'll do it for this week. We eagerly anticipate BlizzCon. What day will that be exactly? I think Wednesday? No, Friday. God, I don't even know what fucking day of the week it is. Starts on Friday, so hopefully we will have some shit to talk about by then. Eagerly anticipating BlizzCon for all the wrong reasons. So that'll be episode 166. And hey, worst case scenario, we have some Diablo to talk about, and whatever. News is news. And hopefully Ari will have power and his house won't be burned down. So,
hopefully that company doesn't kill a bunch of people on their medical equipment.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. We'll talk about that if there's anything to talk about, but till then, see you guys later.